Hey guys, so some new. It was fun. Sister-in-law got hers done too. Holy hell. My elbow hurt so bad. Easily one of the most painful tattoos I've ever gotten. But so worth it. He took an idea and he just ran with it, and this is one more reason I love my artist. So, I mean, obviously he did this, my Yggdrasil, and bum bum bum, it's gorgeous. I love it. This in here feels like it's completely raw, but it's just, oh my god, I'm obsessed with it. Like, it's bigger than I expected, but that's okay because, like I said, this is eventually going to be an entire sleeve, so I'm not worried about it. My husband probably won't be super excited because it's so big, but I mean, I think he came to terms with it a long time ago that I'm going to do it. I mean, he never tries to stop me, but he makes his displeasure known. So, try to get the sister-in-law to get the other side of her nose done because I know she really wants it, but these bars, like, he put you can't really see it in my nose, you probably don't want to anyway, but it's the bar that has like the curve to it, which is when I do wear a stud on my right side, that's the kind of bar I wear. So I'm really happy that he put that in, because when I got this done when I was 18, the guy that pierced it put just a straight stud in, and I woke up the next morning and it was like halfway out of my nose, and then it would just randomly kind of come out if I like bumped it or anything. So this would have been really nice, because the guy that had pierced it when I was younger, he insisted that he do the stud that he did, and it was almost like the little tiny like lip ball thing at the end of it. So when the swelling started to go down on that one, like that little tiny like nub to it, that helps. So, I mean, I've had this one forever. Forgot how bad it hurt to have a needle in my nose. But I mean, Nick did the conch for me too. He took a look at it. He said it looks really good. Actually, he said it's normal that it still hurts like it does. He said it's definitely not infected. He was perfectly fine with me having put the hoop in it. If he had said something about putting the stud back in, then I would have absolutely put that back in. But he said it was fine. So, which I love. Like, he's not one of those artists that just like goes nuts with, no, you have to do it this way, this way, this way. It's okay, I know these ways work, from my own experience, things like that. Cause I had told him, I think I'm trying to keloid on the back. He had said, making paste out of an aspirin and putting that on there helps. And the tea tree oil, he has heard, helps really well too. So I'm going to try the aspirin one because I already have aspirin at home. Working in vascular, I've already started getting myself on an aspirin regimen just because some of my lifestyle choices in the past and currently, things like that, are not ideal to not become a vascular patient at some point in my future. I live for my smock or smoke, however you pronounce it, vape. I was a pretty heavy smoker on and off for the better part of like 15 years. Always had the advantage that whenever I got pregnant, even just I'd walk past someone and I would like catch a whiff and I was like violently ill. And then so that worked out through my pregnancies really well. I would still crave a cigarette, but it just made it easier to keep myself on the track of not smoking. And then, especially while my baby's nursed, but it was always something like I started as a social smoker. And so when I would be in a social setting, like I don't really drink anymore, because of the Lexapro that I take. It does not like it when you drink. This thing's bouncing around all over the place too. Whatever. It's still handy. like a half a beer in and my heart starts racing and I feel like garbage. So it works out really well. But yeah, so I would smoke a cigarette when I was drinking and then I would just pick it back up. And so and I enjoyed it. I'm not even going to pretend I didn't. And sometimes I do miss it, but it's one of those that, I feel better since I don't do it. I've been using my vape, pretty much exclusively for about 6-7 months now. Once in a blue moon, I'll have a cigarette or I'll split one with someone. But it really just depends on the circumstance. And I have gotten myself to the point that, and because I don't really drink anymore, I've really just gotten myself back to the point that I'm able to stop myself from just diving right back in. But like I said, working in vascular, I'm learning by watching my patients that I don't want to be that patient. So, I mean, just because you're in the medical field doesn't mean you don't have some kind of vice. And I know there are worse vices that I could have and everything, but it's just, you gotta cope. I don't want to say you have to cope with it in some way, but you do have to find a way to cope. Just hopefully you find a healthier, safer way to cope. But yeah, so anyway, back on that. Sorry, I kind of got on a little thing for a minute. What is happening right now? Oh my gosh, I don't know what these cars are doing. So I'm going to try the crushed aspirin. If it starts like pooching out a little bit more on the back of my ear. I have had a couple of piercings keloid in the past. Those were piercings that were done with piercing guns. So that might be part of it, because I have heard and read that you are more likely to keloid and have more complications if you're pierced with a gun versus just being pierced with a needle. Which was part of why we had a tattoo artist pierce my niece's ears. So she just wouldn't have as many issues with it. And so if I need to, then I will start doing that. But I've already got the stuff around. That means I don't have to buy more. The only tea tree I have in my house otherwise is in shampoo. Because my husband uses that in his shampoo. I love tea tree. It just dries out my scalp too bad. Like it's just too much for me. Like I tried it and my scalp was angry. So I just use what my hairdresser tells me to use, because that is the best bet for your hair. Listen to your hairdresser. Have a good hairdresser. And I love mine. She's amazing. God, my elbow hurts so bad. Like as soon as he got to like the inner part, my nose immediately stopped hurting. But I mean, it didn't really hurt that bad when he did it. I mean, any piercing's gonna hurt. Nothing like my conch. That was easily the most intense piercing I have ever gotten. And I've had, I mean, you can see the little hole. I have a vertical labrae, so it comes up through the middle of my lip. I've heard some people call it an angel's kiss. That was pretty brutal. I've had my tongue pierced 3 times. I have had it out for probably about 6 years now. Obviously I've got my ears gauged. I've had my cartilage done. I've had a whole bunch of piercings. I love them. My lip, it's easier to not have my lip ring in, just because, well, at first where I was working, I wasn't able to have them. The company I work for now, they really don't care. Sometimes I wish they cared a little more about piercing placement and the type of jewelry that you wear, because in the medical field, it is very dangerous. I mean, I'm breaking my own set of standards with it, wearing my necklace. But I mean, I don't know. I justify it in that, I mean, this is a big part of my culture and my faith. Once I'm actually in a hospital, though, I'm gonna have to figure something out. I'll probably take it off and put it on like a safety pin, or find a way to keep it on my badge or something like that. Hopefully it doesn't weigh down my badge clip too much. God, I keep feeling like I have a booger stuck because of this thing, because it's longer to allow for the swelling, which is great, but I'm just like, oh, it feels like a booger and I don't like it and I want to get rid of it. So that is my fun tattoo video. I am just getting to my brother's house and I'm probably gonna have a horde of children running up to the car, and because I don't want any of the Tiny's faces in any of my videos, I am going to go ahead and call it a day with you wonderful people. My in-laws fly in tomorrow, so I don't know how much posting I will be doing. It's just gonna depend on how busy we are with them. I don't even think I'm gonna get to play Ark now that it's moved over to my SSD card, and oh my God, it's so beautiful, but it hurts so bad. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.